SOVOL SV08. Open the front doors. Well, what I do, I take this front top sheet of glass off, the one with the handle on. Okay, take that one off. I leave the back one on, and I turn this exhaust fan on in the Start Gcode. I'll put some instructions down there. I'm hoping to get some new quieter fans on this. One problem with the front part, it's a blower. I think it's going through quite small like outlets, and that increases the noise. But it seems to have a specialised shape to it. I don't know if that's just part of a duct on this blower, or if it's part of the fan. It actually looks like part of the blower fan. Okay, but I'm hoping to get quite one of them. There is a fan. It's quite hard to even see. There's a fan at the back. I don't think we can even see it. But there's a small fan, well, I presume small fan, behind this blower that I think comes on at the same time. That makes a little bit of noise. If you unplug this, it turns down the noise a lot, this blower fan, but you still get some noise off that back fan. Listen to that. So doors are shut, PLA. But this top part, as I say, is open, uncovered. Leaving the back one on, exhaust fan on, okay. There's his settings. I do have the touch screen. I have been trying PET-G, but I've had nothing but issues with PET-G, apart from a really small part that came out. Not too bad. But anything like this, forget it for me. So on the touch screen is nice. You can see the part that's been printed. If the font size isn't too small, you can read some information about it, and you can just about control a lot of the printer from here, even get into a clipper from here. This is my pan tilt stand for this. Actually, this is what I'm printing now. It's going to be, just a second. This is in PLA. I can't print this out in PET-G. It just won't have it. So this is like a corner standoff, like a visor. Right, obviously going to be 4 of them. Some in the middle to support like beam going across. But very open. and then maybe pour a cloth around it, some sort of thermal cloth. So 35% infill on this PLA, as I say. I have already fitted a Nokia fan on the control board, chopped out the metal pins, filed them down a bit. Underneath, I've already done that. That knocks down some of the noise, but the main noise is this blower, I think. When that comes on, it's on 50%. I think that's both the blower and the fan behind. Some it went up a bit in the pressure. Now the blower has to be powerful for the speed of the printing. This is 300. I'll show you around if I can. And I printed this, but I've had problems trying to get PET-G. Either the bed level isn't right. Now the calibrate Z offset will not work with PET-G in a way. It can't do the temperatures. You can set tune on it, or even going in the config files and changing the Z offset temperature, but it always goes back to 65 on the bed. It doesn't matter what I've done, it always goes back to 65. And that's not very good for PET-G, I understand. SOVOL have a config file that sets it to 80, no, config file, well, you know, a slicer setting, SOVOL PET-G slicer setting, Orca slicer sets it to 85 on the bed for PET-G, so I presume that's the temperature it wants. But then the nozzle is scraping the plastic. Try doing the Z offset, but by the time I do it, it's dragged the filament on the nozzle, and then I'm having to stop the pins, trying to clean off the nozzle. Now one bugbear with this is that if you turn the printer off, it doesn't know where the nozzle is, and it wants you to do a home to find out where the nozzle is before it lets you raise the cabbage, so to speak. But there are times like that where if it's got clogged up because the nozzle's too low to the part, yeah, you want to raise the nozzle to get in to clean it out a bit. But the only way I found of doing that is tell it to do an auto home and stick this under the inductive probe on the left hand side. Otherwise the nozzle with plastic blob on is going to hit the bed before it triggers the inductive probe. Okay. Yeah, and I tried drying the PET-G out. This is a SOVOL print, well, you can store filament in as I have now. It's just a basic one. You have to set the temperature and the time manually, basically. So you can't just say, right, I'm putting PLA in, or ABS or PETG or that rubber stuff, TPU, whatever it is. You can't just do that. You've got to set it manually. But it's okay as a basic dry storage. So it's off at the moment, just 2 spoons of PETG in there. And it did drop the humidity. Well, on the display it tells you time and temperature, humidity. Now when I'm using this often, sometimes I'll prop it up on these catches so there's an opener here to let moisture out, or even lift the lid up every so often to let any moisture there's a heat ring and a fan in, small fan, pretty quiet, blows the air around. But these can roll very easily, I'll show you. Actually, no friction there. That noise is just the end of the filament. But then you can store it and it has outlets for the filament. I think I lost one actually. Let's go back to this print. Right, I've left it some time. The bed's on 29. Move this camera around a bit, cut the door. See, I'm just picking it up there. I ain't kidding this. Let's have a look at the bottom first, because there are some scratches on this bed. Nozzle too low, as I've messed about with it. There's some tree supports there. Very tight. Just a second. Move this camera over a bit, I think. I don't use ironing on the top edge here. That's what I call a very nice print actually. So these tree supports were the biggest ones. That's sticking on there pretty hard. I'll have to... Actually that smaller one came off easier. Normally it's the bigger ones that come off really easy because you can get some leverage on them. So this is the sort of orientation that was printed in, okay. And these tree supports are pretty much at the back of this, like, curved section here. But they haven't stopped some, like, droopage here. But to get them off, I'm just giving them a price twist. I've got a box down below that I'm trying to catch most of these in. Because of the camera, it's harder than it using my knife. So a few marks there. Seems to worse up this end. Right, I'll hold this up here to show you. Okay, there's a corner of the SOVOL SV08. Not just basically bolts in there. So you can see the height of it here. Damn tall. But that's to allow, as I said, for my piano wire rack. And it will have supports about halfway across. There's a hole here. I think they're M4s, if I remember right, threaded. So it'll have a support there for the, like, one that will go across, like the beam, halfway across, and obviously the other corner, on each corner will have one of these or similar. I'm going to think about this, because what I want to do is actually not have any tree supports on here at all. So I'm going to probably chamfer this a bit more to get rid of them. I still need tree supports for like this edge here that I could do a little bit smoothing, but it fits on there very nicely. That's purple, by the way. In my camera at the moment it's looking very blue, but it's purple. Might be the lighting, I don't know. Right, I'm going to leave it at that. What I'm thinking of doing is actually asking some other service online to print these out in something like PETG. Now I know basically that will fit, after I maybe do a bit tweaking on that design as I mentioned, okay? Right, I'll leave it at that. It's mainly, this video is mainly about this. So the doors were kept closed 99.9% of the time there. This glass plate, the one with like a handle on, took off, so plenty of air there. And the exhaust fan put on 100%, okay?